Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you train, you just can't throw your opponents in Randori? You grip, you move, you attack, but somehow they always escape. It feels like they know what's coming before you do. It's just that this way of thinking hasn't been a part of your approach yet. In Judo, it's important to predict what will happen next and read your opponent's reactions in advance, just like a game of chess. If you can understand what your opponents want to do next, you can control every exchange, every grip, every reaction, until they have no other choice but to move the way you want. When you can do that, Judo becomes a battle where you guide your opponents, making them move exactly how you expect, almost like you're making them dance in the palm of your hand. That's when Judo starts to feel like solving a puzzle, a kind of checkmate in motion. When I was younger, I used to think Judo was simple. Grab the lapel and sweep, enter and throw. Every movement was separate and disconnected. But over time, I realized that great judoka don't separate things like that. Everything is connected in a chain of cause and effect. Their actions aren't isolated. They flow together. Every grip, every step, every feint connects directly to next one. If I grab here, my opponent will try to cut. If he cuts, I know his hand will rise, which will open his balance. If I pull here, he'll lean forward, and when I enter. It's no luck, it's not power, it's calculation. It's strategic Judo, the kind that builds toward an inevitable checkmate. In this video, I'll show you how to think that way, how to make every moment naturally lead to the next, so you can control and dominate your opponent from start to finish. In Judo, your grip is never just a grip. It's the first move in the game. When you face a righty opponents as a righty, the moment you touch their lapel, they'll start focusing on that grip. They'll probably use their right hand to try to block or remove it. While they're busy doing that, their sleeve becomes free. So immediately take the sleeve and intentionally release their lapel. Now their attention shifts to my sleeve hand and they try to break the grip. But since their focus has moved, the lapel becomes free again, and I take it right away. Every reaction is predictable because humans naturally hate being controlled. The difference between strong and weak judoka is that the strong one already knows what reactions are coming. They don't resist them, they use them. When your opponents try to break your grip, you don't fight it. You use their motion to set up your throw. That's the first layer of this game. You're not reacting, you're inviting. In chess, you don't win in one move. You build a situation where your opponent has no good options left. Judo works the same way. If you push here, he has to pull. If you circle left, he must adjust right. If you shift your weight, he has to rebalance. You move in a way that limits his option, forcing him step by step into position you want all along. That's what I call checkmate Judo. You're creating a chain of cause and effect until your opponent walks straight into your trap. I know that if I take a certain position, my opponent will avoid moving in one direction, so I push from the opposite side, and that naturally guides him toward the space where my technique works best. It's not random, it's logic. This way of thinking applies to everything: position, grip, entry, and defense. For example, imagine a righty versus lefty situation. We both have our tsurite, lapel hand, on each other, but I gain position, so I have the advantage. The next battle is for the hikite, sleeve hand. My opponent knows that if I get the sleeve first, he's in trouble. So he hides his right hand behind his back, keeping away from me and waiting for a chance to grip first. Then I pretend to grab his lapel, and sometimes I even extend my own sleeve forward, inviting him to take it. It looks like I'm giving him a chance, but I'm not. It's bait. As soon as he reaches out, I switch my grip quickly, just like fish biting the hook. He immediately tried to break it, and I used that moment to fake Uchimata, forcing him to react and move exactly the way I want. From there, I connect to my real technique. Even within one short exchange in Randori, this kind of thinking happens constantly, layer after layer. That's the reason. You're not waiting, you're controlling, you're always 2 steps ahead. That's why top-level judoka looks so effortless. They're not fast because of reaction. They are fast because they already know what's coming. When you grip your opponents, many people panic and try to break free. But that's exactly the moment to stay calm. If he pulls away, I just stay connected and follow him. If he pushes forward, I don't resist. I go with him and keep my dominant position. When you can read these push and pull reactions, you start realizing that your opponent isn't really attacking. He's simply trying to escape. That's your chance. Use his movement as an opportunity to throw. In BJJ, I often see people practice like this. They control one point, then throw step by step, adjusting their position as the opponent escapes until they finally secure the submission, like a snake wrapping around its prey. But in judo, people often focus too much on single throw. They think in isolated action rather than sequences. Instead, try this. Walk slowly with partner. Talk through it. When you push, ask them, how do you naturally want to move here? Then see what happens next. What if you move slightly differently? Does it make them uncomfortable? Does it open your favorite throw? You start to see that every small motion connects to the next. And soon, your judo begins to flow like a puzzle. Once you begin to train this way, your entire view of judo changes. Randori stops being random. It becomes strategic. You stop wasting energy on power. You start building sequences with purpose and structure. Your throw becomes cleaner, your timing sharper, your confidence stronger. Your opponents feel trapped. Every move he makes only helps you. And when he finally reacts the way you predict, you're already there throwing with ease. That's not brute force. That's checkmate. Next time you step into Randori, don't just think, how can I throw this pattern? Instead think, what reaction will this movement cause? If I grip here, what will he do next? What sequence of action can guide him where I want him to go? Play the mental game every round. It will completely change how you experience judo. You stop depending on strengths and start building a clear system, a path that will lead you naturally to every ippon. And if you want to learn how to build the kind of structure in detail, I teach it step by step in my private lessons and seminars. You learn how to control reactions, how to link grips to throws, and how to make every movement have a clear purpose that bring you closer to victory. If this video gave you a new way to see judo, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment below. Let's make your judo not just stronger, but smarter.